Okay, so this is a video that I've been putting off doing for a while because I really wanted to take my time and give these things a really good workout and basically figure out where their point of failure was. And I couldn't do that. I couldn't do this video until that happened, but I think these gloves are getting close, and I wanted to I'm excited with how well they've held up. So these I got from Justin at Summit Industrial just outside of Edmonton, and he sent me these. They are Endura gloves. Their model number might be 378GKTA, but they're an awesome glove, and these are the goat leather version of these, which I think makes a big difference. So basically, right out of the bag, this is what they look like brand new. And when they showed up, I was kind of like, they're just going to be like another one of those like square, uncomfortable, sort of not very form-fitting, dexterous work gloves that your grandfather used, which those gloves I've started to become pretty happy with using for like the really, really rough stuff. If I've got to dig out my septic tank or something, those are the gloves that I'm going for. But so right out of the bag, I put these on and I was like, I don't know, they're kind of square and boxy, and I knew they'd break in and get softer like leather gloves do, but I was kind of hoping, like, I really like when a glove is just like, these are a mechanic glove, but when they're just, you can pick up a screw with them kind of thing. Like you can just, they're almost like they're not there, but your hands are protected kind of a glove. I guess the ideal thing would be a glove that's super durable, that could handle chopping and stacking, 4 cord of wood, but you could also take on a construction site and, like I say, pick up a screw and hold it kind of thing all day. Right with a pencil, all that sort of stuff. That glove probably doesn't really exist yet, but that's kind of where I was hoping to find. And these ones are actually, they've not been bad. So I found out right off the bat, which was kind of a happy accident, the way to get these things to fit much better is, the first thing you want to do is get them really wet. Do some kind of job that just gets these things super wet. So I had these, I guess I got them probably late last summer, I'm guessing. And so I used them all through like the end of summer into fall, stacking, moving lots of firewood, which is really rough on gloves, just split fir with rough bark. It's hard on gloves. A lot through the winter when it wasn't really cold out. These would be the ones that I'd reach for, even though he did also send me an insulated version of the same glove. It says -15 on the thumb. It's got a nice thin slate, 3M thin slate on the inside, which is nice too. So these ones were good to about -15, to be honest with you, unless it was like really windy, or if I'm on the quad plowing snow or something like that and there's a lot of wind, gets through them a little bit. But they're pretty good, way better than those they call them deer leather ones, the sort of tanned ones from Costco. These things held up way better. In fact, this is all of the wear that these things got for the whole winter of doing that sort of stuff. All the shoveling snow, moving a lot of firewood with these ones too for a full winter. Pretty good up here in central British Columbia. But so these ones got all that work, a little bit of work through the winter too, and it wasn't cold, and then all spring cleaning up stuff here around the property and everything, doing a lot of brushing, clearing fence lines, a lot of rough, a lot of like alder and rose bushes, shit like that. Like we got a lot of wild rose around here, so just thorny crap, something called Devil's Club that you don't want anything to do with. That sort of thing. And they've been great, not getting a lot of thorns through them, even though they are starting to feel a little bit thin. But anyways, first thing I did was I got them really wet in the fall. I don't know what I was doing, but they got super, I was putting away garden hoses and they got soaked because the ground was all wet. So these things got wet, and I put them beside the fire and they immediately shrunk up, which I kind of knew was going to happen, but I was like, whatever, these things are soaked, let me just dry them off. And then I put them back on, and they were really tight from drying so fast by the fire, from being so wet, but then they were just like perfect. Like 5 minutes into wearing them tight, they stretched back out from the heat of my hands, and they have been the perfect fit since then. Unbelievable, like pretty close to the dexterity that I get from one of these thin little mechanics gloves that have sort of the cotton. I mean, I got to be real careful what I use these for because they'll get destroyed in a hurry, but that, you know, that cotton palm, these things have been awesome. They're finally on the thumb. I'm finally getting one hole, and I'm the worst with gloves. Like I'll get holes on all the fingers, usually right in here tears out, and I'll be like, look at how much of the rest of the glove is still good. You know, I'm terrible for throwing away gloves. Yeah, they just hang around forever, but these things have been so good. We'll be coming up, you know, middle of summer here. It'll be a year, and a year on a pair of gloves, it would be amazing. I don't know if these ones are gonna last quite that long. They're starting to feel a little thin, but yeah, I would say if you're looking for good, like everyday chore gloves, driving gloves, riding gloves, you know, just work stuff, these things are fantastic. I would invest in them. And get the the goat leather, which is softer than deer hide. Like more, it's these things, they do not feel like leather gloves. Like they're so thin and movable, super soft, but more durable than a cowhide is how they're advertised. And based on my experience, I would say that's absolutely correct. So that's worth the extra investment. They're great. They do show up white. Get over it and get them dirty and get them wet. First thing, get them wet, dry them by your fire, and then put them on, and they will mold perfect to your hand. The pinky shrunk right up like deadly. So hit up Justin at Summit Industrial. He'll ship them to you wherever you are, and pick up a pair of the winter ones too. I dig them. So thanks for watching. Peace out.